such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This. Well, the China NBA brouhaha continues to bubble over, and I think these NBA celebrities have bitten off more than they can chew. Let me play FS1's Jason Whitlock as he describes how all of this started in the first place. This is a devastating clip. Look.
Early this morning, Chinese government told NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, NBA superstar LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Brooklyn Nets to shut up and dribble. All parties complied. No one took a knee in protest. No one donned an I Can't Speak t-shirt. There were no demands for equality. The Nets and the Lakers held their much-anticipated NBA exhibition in Shanghai without voicing a word of support for democracy-seeking protesters in Hong Kong or a word of dissent toward the communist government that stipulated that Silver and his players avoid interacting with the media. I'm sure Nike is working on an ad campaign now to celebrate the NBA's tour of China. Just don't do it. Don't do a damn thing that interrupts the flow of this Chinese money. We are freedom fighters at home, business mercenaries abroad, and 24/7, 365 useful idiots for communist propaganda. Believe in something, even if it means choosing communism over freedom.
Wow. See, the problem is you're so vocal in this country, this great country, US of A, where you have freedoms to even call the president a whole bunch of names, and people that think they are smart because they can dunk basketballs have no problems calling out our president and weighing in. But when they in China, and even when they leave China, these guys are a bunch of cowards and they're slaves to money. The backlash continues. Look on the Today Show. They had to report on this.
LeBron James speaking out for the first time about the battle between the NBA and China, taking on Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey, whose tweet supporting anti-government protests in Hong Kong set off a firestorm between the country and the league.
I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl, Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke.
James not commenting about any political tension in the region, instead focusing on how Morey's comments damaged the NBA's relationship with the country.
So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do.
The backlash immediate, with even U.S. senators weighing in. Republican Ben Sasse of Nebraska tweeting, "You're parroting communist propaganda. China is running torture camps, and you know it." James taking to Twitter later in the day to offer a clarification, saying, "My team in this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or statement can do to others. Could have waited a week to send it."
We just went through a difficult week. And what was the nature of that difficult week? Having words spoken that you didn't like. You really think China was going to incarcerate NBA players? Of course not over that. So his difficult week was him fretting over losing money. So I want you all to be cognizant of my struggles, because some words and tweets went out that I didn't like, and I went through a difficult week, and I could have been damaged physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever that means. What about the people in Hong Kong? What about their week? Their week. Their month. Their year. Their lives. Living underneath communist China. And again, the spiritual angle is this. You have a government that is enslaving people because they say the name of Christ. Covenant Reign Church, which we have covered on this platform here with Pastor Wang, China goes in and obliterates, shuts down a church simply because they say they believe that Jesus is the Christ spoken of in the Old Testament. They are hauled off to jail. Their families are hauled off to jail. And the NBA, LeBron James, sits up and covers for them. These guys, they're Ben Sass is right. Jason Whitlock is right. These guys are cowards, and they've come under the thumb of the communist Marxist government of China. Look. Christians, please, 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 please. Don't ever look to somebody for spiritual and moral guidance just because they're a good athlete, just because they can dunk basketballs. Because you know what? Usually those good qualities of dunking the basketball, that's all they've got. That's all. He accused Daryl Morey of being uneducated. Accused Daryl Morey of being ignorant. Guess who the ignorant one is? I think you know.
For such a time as this.